One reason that I advocate for being very loud is because there are some men out there who are banking on me being ashamed of their behavior. Case in point, years ago, I was walking down the street in my city. It was the middle of the day, it was very bright outside, it was crowded. I was between the bank and the thrift store, minding my own business, just walking down the street. And these two guys are passing me, and they're not making eye contact until they get right close to me, like right close to me, okay? And one of them elbows the other, and then they look at me and they go, "Hey, nice hair. Does it look the same?" All of this while I'm walking down the street, minding my own business. I'm not gonna talk about how I used to wear my hair because that's not the important part, okay? So they say this super rude, disgusting thing to me very quietly, knowing that if I kick up a fuss and make a scene, I'm gonna look like a crazy woman just making a scene out in the street. Oh my God. So anyway, I dispense with that nonsense right away, and I turn around and I muster the loudest you I've ever shouted in public in my life, ever. And I've shouted that a few times in my life. So birds flew away, and yep, people all around me looked around, looking at me like, "Ooh, what's going on?" But the most important part was that these two guys took off running like the cowards that they were. So they ran around the corner and I shouted, "You better run, fool!" And they were gone. I also have a pretty strong idea that they just went over and said something similar to another woman who was just minding her own business walking down the street. And I know that not every woman feels comfortable yelling and screaming at men who are already willing to show that they're willing to be abusive in public. I mainly want everyone to do what they need to do to feel safe in these situations. And for some people that means not engaging at all. And that's totally fair enough. But I'm loud. And I don't care. The third part of this situation that was the most disturbing, really, was that of all the people that were around in the street who saw me yell at these men and saw these men run away, none of them asked if I was all right. None of them asked if those men were bothering me. None of them asked anything. And that's why I always carry a "f*** you" in my pocket.